So yesterday I had a really light day. I had to rest for today. So I took a really easy rest day yesterday. And also I had to do a bunch of chores around the house, do lawns and things, and had to take the son to training, blah, blah, blah. I had work in the morning, all that kind of stuff. So easy day yesterday. And right now I finished work and I'm about to go home, and I'm excited, like proper freaking excited to get home. I've got a few things to do when I get home as well, but I will have a proper session. So I'm thinking about a heavy single in a squat. I'll do the deadlift as well today. I'll do the barbell rows, super excited for that, and then do my chest supported rows and pullovers. So a big session, probably a 2-hour session, and I'm legit excited to get home. Now that excitement is something that you need in life. Whatever it is, I don't really care what you got going on in life. If you still have that childlike excitement to go and do something, whether it's a freaking video game or working out or going playing golf or going for a swim, whatever, you have to look to set up your life in such a way that you have that excitement. Now, I'm quite fortunate that I've found something in my life that means this much to me. Legit, I'm excited to go home and train. And I don't know if everyone has that in their life. In fact, I'm notorious or famous or whatever you want to say it. To ask this question at the end of the shift, work, I'm like, what are you going to do when you go home? What are you going to do when you go home? Like, what do you guys go playing? What do you do when you go home? A lot of people just say, I'm going to go home and relax, maybe take a nap and, get up and make tea and that's it. Whereas other people, like, she'll go to the gym, she'll go to the gym, this one will go for a walk. If you don't have something that you're excited about in life, I legit feel sorry for you, because you can't fake that. You can't get excited about something that you don't care about. And how do you find something like that? It takes a bit of time. I don't know if that's a Porsche that's just turned on. Oh no, it's not. Oh, that's a freaking loud car. I think that's really important to have in life. Whatever you got going on, if you're excited about something like I am about training, the results don't even matter. It doesn't even matter if you're going to be an IFBB pro or whatever. If you're going to squat 4 plates, 5 plates, 6 plates, it doesn't matter. As long as you're excited about the act of pursuing that, that's a beautiful thing. That is a beautiful thing. And I'm like in my mid-30s and I still have that childlike excitement to do this. That's all that matters. That's all that matters. And it's healthy, right? I'm moving around, I'm training, and I'm excited to do it. Whereas maybe other methods of training are not going to be as excited for me. Like if someone said to me, go for a 10K run right now, I don't know if I'd be that excited about that, But I found my little niche. I found my little thing. And that is so cool to me, man. So freaking cool. I'm gonna go now to Hungry Jack's or Burger King. I didn't drink any water today. Check that out. Terrible. And I'm gonna buy my kids. It's quite hot today. I'm gonna buy my kids what do you want to call it? That frozen drink. I'm gonna buy 3 of them for the kiddies. Tomorrow we go a basketball game. They just finished the week of school, so I'm gonna go and surprise them when I get home. Wow, look at this shit, man. Can you guys even see this? Look at this. A Porsche. Can you guys see that? Wow, look at that. That is sick. Freaking pink Porsche. There are some people in this hospital that really make a lot of money, that's for sure. Not me. Hey, I've got enough. I don't need much more. I've got the kids. I've got a happy family, wife. That's all you need, man. You don't need material things to be happy in life. Absolutely not. And really, by the world standard, I'm actually very, very rich, right? I'm very, very rich. I mean, I've got a sports car as well. It's not half $1,000,000, but it's, you know, it means a lot to me, and that's what matters. I've got my little Evo that's freaking 25 years old. 25 years old, damn, that sounds like a lot. Do a U-turn, pull up in here. It's all about the happiness at the end, isn't it? It's all about the happiness. If you can get excited about something like I get excited about training, like legit, like right now, the anticipation of me going home and training in the garage. I'll open the garage door, it's warm, I'll be in my shorts, you know, basketball singlet. To me, that is sick, man. Like, that is really, really cool. Like, proper excited to do this, man. If you have something like that in your life, you're doing all right. And if you have enough money to do the basic things, you're lucky, man. You got your health, you should be very happy. But the trouble is that we get exposed to people with more shiny toys, shiny things, and then somehow the brain assumes that they are happier because they have a $500,000 Porsche. That's somehow that they are happier. You know, it's almost like the whole addiction model, you know. You think that the guy that's taking 3 times more gear is 3 times more happier. But the truth of the matter is he's not. He's probably less happier than you because really the first dose of that drug is the happiest you will ever be with that drug. And you just end up chasing that dragon. You're just chasing that dragging it for all those subsequent doses. So it's a really tricky thing that the mind just always kind of gets tangled up. Oh, that guy's got a Porsche, he must be so much happier than me. My little freaking Evo that costs, I bought it for $9,000, right? Like, that's not, that guy's 10 times more happier than me, right? But it's not the case. I will never forget the first time I bought my S15, my first sports car. I was like over the moon, so happy. And it was like a cheap freaking sports car, but for me it was everything. I don't know if that guy who buys $1 million Ferrari for the 3rd or 4th time in his life, I don't know if he gets that excited like I got excited when I got my bloody P plates and I started driving my car the first time, or the first time I got my sports car. I don't know, man. You know, but that's not your natural reaction. Straight away, the natural reaction is, oh my God, I'm so unhappy. You know, so unhappy about this. I deserve more, or blah blah blah. This freaking intersection is terrible. But I think that comes with time. It comes with maturation. It comes with perspective. When you see what's kind of over the horizon, you know, that comes with time. But like when you're 18 years old, you're gullible. gullible just by the nature of it. You're gullible. You're not. You haven't seen enough to know exactly how lucky you are in life. And that's what I'm most grateful in my career, is that I've seen a lot of suffering and a lot of death, and I've seen a lot of different stories of how people live their life, and that exposure teaches you that, holy crap, man, you're alright. You are freaking alright, man. In fact, you are more than alright. You're doing great. That's why for me, like, I've never been crazy about the normal things, like climbing up the ranks in my career, or accumulating a lot of wealth, or buying fancy cars. Sure, when I was younger, that meant more to me. But then, like, as I've gotten older, when I got kids, I was like, holy shit, having a child is like the best thing that you can do. And that didn't cost anything. Really, what that was about is establishing a good relationship with another human being. And that's where the child comes from that quality relationship that you build, that trust. That doesn't cost anything. That just costs time and effort. Trust. If you think about it, that's where most of the happiness comes from. I don't know. And for the people that are just living for their work, I genuinely feel sorry for them. I don't know. I might be wrong in that, but I don't know. That's just my perspective. You can still be very, very good in your career without living for your career. There are plenty of really, really good people around the place. Cardiologists, surgeons, emergency staff. Like, there's so many people that are excellent at their work. But that is not all they live for. That's not their life. They got something better at home. And that's okay. I don't know. That's how I view it. You know, I'm going out to Hungry Jack's to buy the kids a drink on a hot day. They'll get excited about, you know, dad coming home, and also dad bringing like a treat, you know. And that to me is like really cool. It's Friday. You know, I've got the weekend off with the kids. I'm bringing them drinks. I'll chill with them for a little bit, then I get to train. Like, you know, like, I'm so happy. It's great. But some people don't have that color in their life. I don't know. Some people don't get excited about anything. And that happens quite a lot, like, especially as you age, like in your 30s and 40s. Like, I feel like that light dims a little bit. And there's nothing that excites you in your life. You know, and that shit is terrifying for me. How can you not have anything that excites you? You know? Like, for me, right now, man, I've had many freaking cool things happen in my life, but I will never forget the feeling of being like a 12-year-old, a 14-year-old, whatever, 16-year-old, and when you know, Oblivion came out, Elder Scrolls Oblivion, when Skyrim came out, oh my god, the excitement of getting home after school to turn that shit on and play the shit out of it until you have to go to bed at 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. because you go to school the next day or whatever else is going on. Dude, that excitement, that's what life's about, man. You gotta find that somewhere. Because without that, are we just talking about depression at that point? If nothing excites you. In fact, I reckon that might be one of the definitions of clinical depressions, where normal events that normally, you know, look at this guy. Fucking hell, man. Just pushes in. Trying really hard to prevent road rage. For some reason I'm susceptible to getting pissed off when I'm driving. Ugh. People. Straight away derails me when I think about these other was saying is I think one of the definitions of clinical depression is actually that, not being able to find joy in the things that normally would give you joy. So you can't even laugh at the thing that usually makes you laugh. You can't even get excited about doing your favorite activity. And that's that clinical depression. I don't really know what brings that on, whether it's a chemical imbalance in the brain or some event that disrupts equilibrium, the normal status of the brain. I don't know. But I've seen a fair few people in clinical depression, and it's not nice, it's not pretty. There's nothing you can say to them, there's nothing you can do to kind of snap them out of it. But the one thing that I did hear, in fact, one of you boys actually said this, you know, and it stuck around, and I've repeated it since. Depression doesn't like a moving target. Meaning, get up and go. Move. The last thing you want to do is stay still and curled up in bed. That's exactly what the enemy wants you to do. The enemy being depression. So if you just get up and force yourself to go for a run, go squat, go deadlift, go bench, the chances are you probably avoid another hit of that enemy, that depression. You'll be able to snap out of it, or at least move in the right direction. One of you guys actually said that on one of these videos. Depression doesn't like a moving target. I thought it was brilliant, man. Because movement is medicine in many aspects, in many different frames of mind. Like that really does help. Helps your body, helps your recovery. You know, it helps health, not just physically, but also mentally as well. Let's go to Hungry Jack's, eh? Oh man, you can really smell the Hungry Jack's cooking over here. Hi mate, could I please have 3 small frozen drinks?
Yeah, we have frozen Coke, raspberry, orange mango, sour, watermelon, bubblegum, and apple and raspberry.
Oh, that pink one is the strawberry one, isn't it? Is the pink one strawberry?
Yeah, sorry, we don't have strawberry, we only have the pink ones of raspberry or apple.
Yeah, let's get the pink one.
Yeah, all good.
The orange one.
Yeah.
And the yellow one.
The orange one would probably be the orange and mango one, but we don't really have a yellow one.
Ah, okay. In that case, let's go. Oh goodness. Here we go. What colors are there? Sorry again, mate.
There's the raspberry and apple and raspberry and they're pink, and then the orange and mango is like yellowy orange, and then the bubblegum is blue, and the sour watermelon is green.
Can hardly hear you. Let's get the Coke one.
Yeah, anything else?
That's all. Thank you. Thank you, mate. My bloody car's too loud. I can't hear anything. Can't hear a thing. Thanks, mate. Cheers. You too. Bye-bye. The kids are gonna enjoy this. The traffic's full on. We're home. I'm gonna chill for the next couple of hours, and I'm gonna get out there and try and lose some weight, man. Try and lose some bloody weight. See you in the gym, eh? This session really displays my will to try and make the deadlift and the squat feel good at the same time. This is something that I've rarely experienced, to have both of them feel really good at the same time. Usually it's one or the other. You know, last year, I was smashing the deadlift like crazy. I was doing a bunch of other exercises. You know, I wasn't just doing what I'm doing here. I was doing the leg press. I was doing a lot of barbell rowing, not chest supported rowing. And the whole thing was basically just, revolving around the deadlift. So lots of rest before the deadlift. In fact, after this, I'm going to go and study that period a little bit and try and tease out some ideas of what I think worked for that period really well. Obviously, I've just come off a really good squatting period, and that period was also different. It was no barbell rowing at all. It was all chest supported rowing, and obviously a lot of hip work. So can I make these two worlds kind of converge a little bit? Introduce a bit of the rowing, introduce or stay with the hip work. Hit the low bar squats really, really heavy. That's something I didn't do during the deadlift period. I was working with 2 plates on the bar, although I'm much stronger now, so maybe that could probably work. I don't know. But I'm going to try and kind of, make the last 2 years come together and see if I can feel really strong on both. What my hope is, if I could get around, 280 deadlift, and like 230, 235 squat at the same time, that would be freaking amazing. That would be really, really good. I'm also benching right now. That's something that I wasn't doing in either of those periods. I wasn't really focusing on bench that much. But it's a real battle to kind of make all that work. I mean, the key to all of this is Friday is going to be turning into a day where I try and move heavy weights. Really, I should be making Thursday and Wednesday really, really, really light. I didn't really do that all that well this time around. This week I introduced running as well. That's another ball game altogether. Why am I doing running? All I know is running just feels good. It feels good on every single, part of me. The hip internal rotation is phenomenal. I don't think I've ever come across a movement that does better in that department than that. The hip work also needs to be kind of crammed into these kind of like 4 days or something like this. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. That's kind of where I really want to be doing the bulk of my work. I don't know. Like I'm trying to do all these things. I had plans of running twice a week. Obviously the calves can't take that at the moment, but I even thought tomorrow is a really packed day. We've got lots of outings and family things, so it's going to be really, really struggle. It's going to be a big struggle for me to do all of that. But tomorrow, I really hope I want to go for a run. Today I did back, very heavy back session, also the squat, heaviest squat. Tomorrow I had ideas about doing the squat. Probably not going to have the time to do that. So what I'll do is tomorrow I'll maybe go for a run and hip work. Maybe just do that. Something to that effect. That'll be really cool. And then Sunday do the squats. And then Monday try go for a run as well. So these are the things that I'm really kind of trying to all fit into the same thing. And maybe I'm shooting myself in the foot trying to kind of do all of this at the same time. Do the deadlift and the squat focus work and also throw in running there as well. The running seems like it's out of place. It really does. But then I remember how much it helps me to feel good in the squat. So if I can somehow make those two things kind of play off each other, where I run to feel good for the squat, but also not run too much where, the squat feels terrible because the legs are spent. This is something that I'm honestly I'm willing to experiment with. I think running, man, there's so many things I could say about running. Obviously, it's really, really the best thing for your ankles and kind of below knee musculature, tibialis anterior, the ankles, everything that's got to do with the ankle stability, your foot arches, all of that kind of gets a really good workout. But once again, you need to be very, very respectful of it because it can really mess you up. You don't want to be doing that too much, too soon, because that will just end you really, really quickly. So these kind of things I really want to make work. And obviously, excuse me, and also want to be benching somewhat as well. So this period is probably going to be a lot of noise. I also realized that in 3 weeks, I'll be going on a holiday for about five days or so. So that's going to be a bit of interruption as well. So lots of stuff going on. I suspect I'm not going to be feeling top peak strength while I'm doing all of this stuff. Do I lean towards the deadlift? Do I lean towards the squat? I'm not sure what to do at the moment. My gut feeling is I do want to lean towards the squat again. Deadlifts feel amazing, absolutely amazing. I really miss them. I also want to do front squats. Somebody mentioned it as well recently. couple of fellas. I want to do the front squat. There's so many things I want to do, and it's just so hard to do it all. So my approach right now is like, for instance, like this. Back there, I did 3 sets of many exercises. So I wasn't doing the 5 sets, the 6 sets, the 7 sets like I used to do during the deadlift period. The deadlift period, I went nuts with the barbell rows. Here I'm kind of doing 3 different rows. You know, instead of doing 1 or 2 for many sets, I'm kind of doing 3 for a little bit, you know. So that's also something that I'm experimenting with. But ultimately, I just want to feel good. And as long as the hips feel good, everything else is going to feel good, and then I can kind of start stacking those chips again. But you know, I can't be, you know, let's be honest, I can't be repeating that squat period, you know, multiple times a year. I mean, that would be freaky. You know, if I added another 20 kilos on the squat, we're doing like 260, man. Like that is insane. I don't think my body's ready for that quite yet. I need to, as they say, drink more milk to get to that level. But got to build a base. I need to get a better row. I need to get a better set of lats, traps. That needs to kind of get better. And obviously, I just need to get stronger hips. That just needs to happen. So those are the things kind of that I'm looking forward to. And I'm really loving training right now. Like today's session was awesome. Freaking loved it. I'm pumped up in all the right places. I feel really strong. The deadlift is feeling a little bit more, you know, familiar. Yeah, there's just so many good things happening. So I'm excited. I'm excited about end of the year and also start of next year. Maybe I can start to do, you know, heavier weights again. But, you know, this is where the magic happens. I know everyone, you know, always obsesses about the PRs, but really these are the periods that really should be celebrated, the building stages. How do you build? And if you build correctly, you know, all the other stuff will take care of itself. So that's why I'm so excited about this. It's funny, like I get more excited about the building stages than the actual PR stages. The PR stages is just, I always felt like it was just a relief sensation. Whereas the building stage is exciting. That's just me. That's how I process it. Appreciate you guys. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.